Welcome to another episode of Life Covered, and I'm your host, Miss Bambis. Today we'll be talking about life insurance, and our guest today is going to delve deeper into the topic. Can you please introduce yourself today and tell us what you do for a living?
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Emmanuel Ehima. I'm a regional vice president with a financial company called PFS. But of course, my background has been more of finance and accounting and a lot of banking. I was in banking for about 16 years. So I was doing finance, more of compliance finance. But now what I do basically is just to help families in making sure their financial goals are achieved. Because most times a lot of people don't even know their financial goals are.
That's correct.
But they don't even know how to achieve that. So we do more financial planning, financial advisory, and helping clients to achieve their financial goals. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. So you said you were in banking before. So what inspired the switch from banking into going like fully into life insurance policies or financial?
Okay, that's it's more like still in the financial world though, but then it was a different role because of course in banking you want to make sure people are good, get their credits, get their life going. But the pleasure or the reason for the switch was that I think now I'm in a better position in not just getting them into credits, but also now what I do more now is taking them out of credit and putting them in a place where they're now financially independent. And I think that's a big joy for me.
All right. So as an individual, if I intend to get a coverage, for example, so what are the criteria that would help me be able to get a life insurance policy?
Okay, before even delving into the criteria aspect, a lot of people do things without really understanding the need for it. If you want to have life insurance, most importantly, you don't just want to come up with a figure. You want to know the need for it. Are you getting it because you have been planning a final expense, or you're getting it because you want to create a legacy, or what are you getting it for? So once you understand that, there are some 4 things you have to put into consideration. We have this acronym called DIME, D-I-M-E. So if I want to have life insurance, okay, I have 3 girls, I have a beautiful wife, so I want to take into consideration what I need to get them going if anything happens to me.
Okay.
So some of the things I consider is I want to know, okay, what's looking at the D now, considering the debt I'm owing, how much debt do I have? Or if anything happens to me, how much will take care of my funeral costs? So if I have a number to that, I put that on the side. Okay, the other thing is the high income. Okay, assuming let's say I'm making 30,000 a year, and if anything happens to me, not even debt now, if anything happens to me, and of course the family will be losing that chunk of income that I'm making. So I want something that can replace the income. So the other thing I want to look at is the hand. Mortgage. Okay, I have a house. How much is the balance on my mortgage? That if anything should happen to me now, I want something that can pay down the balance on the mortgage. And the last one, the E. How much do I think can take my kids to college in my absence? So once I have a figure for those acronyms, the debt, the income replacement, the mortgage, and the education of the kids, every family is different. Assuming mine is say 200,000 or 300,000. So that would pre-inform me in knowing how much of life coverage I want to apply for. So once I apply, my age determines how much my monthly premium is going to be, and what determines my approval is going to be my health. So it's not something you say I want to start, it's something that most times you apply for and you get approved, but you have to know why you need it and how much of it you need.
So are you trying to say that if people have some complicated health conditions, they cannot acquire a life insurance coverage?
I think it all depends, because we talk about life insurance, it's more of risk and reward.
Okay.
So if the insurance company is trying to protect you, they also want to make sure that you are not too much of a risk. So there are some basic underlying ailments that might not make your approval very fast. And when you talk about approval also, they can approve you, but with a rated premium, because you have 3 different types of premium. Your premium can either be approved as a preferred client, meaning that your health is perfect, everything is good, or it can be approved at a standard premium, meaning that okay, you're approved based on what is obtainable for your age and your gender, or it can be approved at a premium, at a rated premium. So it all depends, but it also depends on um, it depends on how the medical condition. So, but of course, it's not like it's not cast in stone. I won't say you're going to
You
be
won't
approved.
get it,
So it
but
can be approved and be rated. But if it's very, 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 very bad in quotes, which
like
the
what, like a
definition,
terminal illness?
like terminal illness. So of course, so they know that you have little time. So it's more of risk and reward. So the insurance company wants to know how much of your risks are you before covering you, or how much will you be covered for because of your risk.
Okay, so in other words, somebody who is sound of health, that has no health issues, probably let's say that there's a 30-year-old that has no health issues and another 30-year-old that has complicated health issues. So their premiums are not going to be the same. So even
Definitely.
if the sick person in quotes was granted a life coverage.
Definitely. Even if you're twins, born on the same day, the same family, but your health issues differ. So the premium or the approval will be different. So that's what we usually advise, that you want to apply, because it's something you don't even have control over.
True.
So before you expose yourself to, before you get older, or you expose yourself to, a lot of people eat junk, and before you know it, you start having health issues. So while you're still relatively young, your health is perfect, just go apply for it, get approved, and you've taken care of that aspect of your life. So if you're twins, born the same day, same last name, same family, but your health issues differ. The approval process will be differ, and the premium you're going to pay will also differ. So it's always good, go get it early. Why waste time when you can get it early? Since it's not what you have control over, apply for it and get approved.
So the sooner you apply, the better for you.
Yes.
All right. So how many different types of life insurance coverage actually exist, and which, according to you, is the most favorable or cost-effective for consumers?
Okay. A lot of people have different opinions, all kinds, but
so your own opinion.
Life insurance, it's two, no matter what the name you call it. It's either you have the one that has the cash value element, or you have the one that doesn't have the cash value element. The one that has the cash value element, we call it different name, index, universal, call it variable, anything. Once it has that portion of it saying you have the cash value, it's whole life, not minding the name they call it. But if it doesn't have it, saying okay, you have a term life, which is just for a particular period of time. But what we do, what I believe makes sense, everybody has their opinion, but what I believe makes sense, it's just to make sure, of course, why do you have life insurance? You want to have life insurance as a backup plan. Backup plan, okay, my kids are young, I have a mortgage to pay. So while I'm trying to build wealth, grow wealth, I want to have a backup plan such that if anything happens, I know my family can just be on auto cruise, doing their life. Finance will not be a problem.
Auto cruise.
For real, finance will not be a problem. Because of course, if the issue, most times, if mortgage or rent is out of the way, feeding, clothing, those ones are little things you can really take care of. So while I'm trying to build wealth, I want to retire well, I want to retire early, I have an investment portfolio that I'm trying to build, but I have the life insurance, maybe a term of 30, 35 years, depending on my age, just as backup to give me time to grow wealth. And I want to get to a point where I'll now be financially, not just financially independent, I also want to be in a position where I have options. And the good example I give people is, if I have a brand new car, I want to put comprehensive insurance on it. But if I have, the car is like 20, 30 years old, I might decide to say, okay, let me just do liability. That's how it is. The kids are young now. Mortgages, I'm just starting to do my mortgage. I want to have a backup plan. I want to grow my investment on the other side, two different portfolios.
Right.
Such that I don't have a waiting plan or waiting period to assess my investment. So I don't want to have reason to borrow from my investment. I want to have my money that I can pull out anytime. It's growing at a compounding interest rate depending on the kind of investment, but I'm not linking both together. Those that that have such, they have their reason for doing it. But based on my experience and based on what I feel, you don't want to combine life insurance and
With
investment.
investment. So it
They
should be
play
like two
different
separate
roles.
accounts.
Different roles. You want to grow this and you want to have this as backup plan. But once you start combining it, one, the client might not even have a clear idea of how much of what I pay monthly goes into life insurance, how much of it goes into investment, how many years waiting period do I need to file assess. So all kinds of things that clients don't know. But honestly, if I want to advise, I would say have your investment separately, have your
From
life
your life
insurance separately.
insurance.
Yeah.
And also, in a nutshell, if you are having a family and people that depend on you, it's important to have that life
Very,
insurance.
very, very important. Because one, you don't even have that luxury of funds in a bank. Assuming you have a $500,000 in the bank or whatever amount, depending on how much you think can run your family in your absence. Once if you have that, and somebody is telling you come and have another backup plan, you have a choice. But
Yes.
because you don't even have that, you don't have a choice than to get something. Because you have people that are looking up to you. If you're gone, we don't like talking about it, but of course, it's an
True.
ugly reality. It happens when it happens.
Many people don't talk about the financial aspect.
It's terrible. When it happens, you have younger ones that are dying, older ones that are dying. That you're even gone is a big loss to the family. So you don't want to also put them in financial issues such that you all they want to depend on to even do your funeral is going to be GoFundMe. So why not have a concrete plan as backup that can take care of those four things I mentioned, and your family can still live well and do good even in your absence.
All right. So, what are the common misconceptions people have about life insurance?
Yes, I think most importantly is because of lack of financial information. A lot of people, ideally, I tell people if you have car issues today, the first person that comes to mind is how to see a mechanic to help you with your car issues. You have health issues, you want to run to a doctor, but people have financial issues which they don't teach you in school.
There's
And
nobody
who
to
do you
run
want
to except you are willing to go and learn from somebody and
Exactly.
have some kind of strategy put in place to help you.
And you want to say, oh, I want to run to God. No, you have to plan and plan well. A lot of people don't even have that. And so the ideal thing is that every year, as you're doing your regular checkup, health, you should also do your regular checkup with your finances. Sit down with most, like the audience we have. How many times have you taken that time to sit down with a financial advisor to say, okay, these are my financial goals.
Many people don't.
How do I approach it? How do I achieve this year? That should be the first thing. Every year, do a reappraisal of your finances and see how do I get to the next level. So most times it's more of lack of information, or people even think that life insurance is too expensive. But have you taken out time to even sit down with somebody and say, okay, give me a quote, let me see if something I can afford. People spend money on stuff, Chick-fil-A, this, before you know it, you're spending $50 a day, and you can easily invest that into your future and get a better life, not just for you, but like something that can help you leave a legacy. So lack of information or thinking it's expensive or not even sitting down with somebody that can show you how it works. But like I said, more importantly, it's something you don't have control over. Something you apply for and get approved. So since you don't have
It's
control
not a
over
product.
it, exactly. So why not just do it and do it fast and do it early and get it going? So that's the problem.
All right. So you talked earlier on about investment. So what is the correlation between life insurance and then this financial planning, and how do people dive deep, into the investment part of it?
Okay.
What kind of advice can you give to our viewers out there?
Okay, I think like I said, financial planning is like the overall body. It's like the big thing, financial planning. So your life insurance is just a component of your financial planning. Because of course, if you want to plan now, you want to have a plan for your now, for your soon, and for the future. So there's something we use. It's not like selling product or anything. It's about strategy now. How I know what a client wants. I want to give them strategy on how to achieve those plans. So there's something we call the 3 boxes of the company we work, and it's just a way of helping you have a plan for now. I don't have control over what happens to me now, So, but I want to have something that can help me take care of my now. Terminal illness, death, or any kind of emergency. I also want to have something that can help me achieve my 2, 3, 4, 5 years projects that I call soon, and something that can take care of my future project, retirement, college fund for the kids.
So those are like three different types
Three
of
different, yeah,
investments.
but all is still
Financial
under your
planning.
financial planning. So your financial planning is saying that, okay, my life runs around now till when I'm gone. So, but what are the some of things I can put in place such that when I'm retired, I know I don't have to depend on 401k or social security. I want something that I have taken out time to invest in that can take me through my retirement. So that's why I need financial planning. But in having my financial planning, I've taken care of my now through life insurance. I've taken care of my soon. Oh, I'm buying a house in the next 2, 3, 4 years through any kind of midterm investment, and I'm taking time of my long-term goals or my retirement and all of that through a long-term investment. So having all of this gives you a solid financial planning, but through somebody that understands what they do. Because if you what you don't know, you can't teach somebody else. So you need to talk to
Exactly.
somebody that really know what they do to help you with all of these three things.
So with the investment, there's the short-term kind
Short,
of investment.
you have the emergency, the short term, the mid term, and the long term.
All right. So, what tips can you give out there to people watching for them to help them find or choose the right type of insurance for themselves and for their families?
Okay. First thing first, like I said, you don't want to talk to somebody that cannot help you. You want to, while you're considering the person, you're also considering the firm. You have a lot of firm out there that maybe they've just been around for 5, 6, 10 years, and they have issues, litigation, court cases over time. You don't want to put your life into hands of people like that, or somebody that, oh, maybe they are not licensed. License is key. Somebody that is not licensed and does not have the experience. So you need somebody that is licensed, have the experience, and represent a firm that has credibility and integrity.
Okay.
Firm that, okay, it's not just the name, but the brand and the integrity. So it's very, very important. So you want to take our time to look out for that. And that is what I think people need. Not just making a call and say 800 number, oh, 800 number. No, you want someone that you can call now.
We can reach
and
out
you can
to,
reach out
talk
to,
to,
put a face to the name.
Exactly.
Can sit down with you every year, do a new every year game plan on how to get you to where you want to be, because it's a journey. For real, financial planning is a journey. This is where I am, this is where I'm going. So I want someone that can hold me by the hands, tell me what to do, to take me to where I want to get to.
All right. So how long did it take you to be like a financial advisor or a life agent, whichever one? And if people are interested in becoming life agents or financial advisors, how the question I want to ask is, what advice can you give to them that can help them tilt them towards that career path?
Honestly, I think it's what everybody needs. You don't want anybody to just tell you,
And
this is what you should do, this is what you should do. You want to know what you're doing. People can tell you all kinds of stories, but numbers don't lie. I'm a numbers person. There are times people have all kinds of funny policies. They don't even know what they have. They don't even know the interpretation. So it's something I think everybody should. Getting licensed should be, even if you don't want to use it to make money, at least you want to use it to know, to like get your financial GPS to navigate yourself to the right path.
That's right.
It took. I'm still learning. I've been in finance for over 16 years now. It's still a process, still a journey. I'm still learning. I'm still getting better. I'm still open to challenges. That's how you get better. Because at the end of the day, they don't teach this in school. And this is what you need most. This is what you need most.
Financial advice.
For real. The most important thing in every home is finance. And that
That
is
is
where we
very
don't pay
true.
attention to.
Yes, it's like when you just go through school, everybody thinks that okay, what I learned in school, that's it. But until you really meet somebody that is financially inclined, then would you understand, okay, there's a lot of things I need to learn out there about my finances, how to grow wealth, how to grow wealth for my family. And then if I'm trying to, go through that career path, I definitely need a license, right? That's what you said.
Yeah.
All right. So it's been quite an interesting
Thank you.
conversation, and thank you so much for gracing us with your presence today.
Thank you so
I
much.
really do appreciate you.
Thank you.
And that said, thank you guys for watching this episode, and see you on another episode of Life Covered. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.